Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything, everything. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Alright, so there's a question I always ask all my guests coming on this show, and it's I like to get their views and their points on it. So what's your views on British basketball, the BBL and WBBL in the country? What things do you think are working, and what things do you think they could improve on a bit more?
Yeah, I don't know too much about the WBBL, to be honest with you, because it's like going on during our season. So yeah, I try to catch a couple games. I usually play the same, same time. But I think the first step for the BBL, obviously, is to continue to get purpose-built facilities for clubs to play in. I think that slowly but surely it's moving forward. I think when you look at it, Worcester, Leicester, Newcastle, I might be missing somebody, I'm not sure. Bristol's got something in the works. So that's very important. You know, when you play in Europe and you play for these club teams there, they have their facility that they could utilize all the time, you know. And I think all players, when I talk to them, you know, on the phone about coming over here, that's a big selling point, you know, for us, is to say that, you know, we have our facility. You can get in there, and they all want to know, can I get into the facility? And I think the more of those, better. But, you know, you got to get to media, more media coverage. And what is the media these days? Who knows? But we need a little bit more media coverage. And I think when you look back at the heyday of the BBL, the Sky Sports was covering it. ITV Digital took over for a bit. And, you know, they were able to not only show basketball, but they were able to show personalities. And I think that we need somehow to bring our personalities to the forefront of British sports. And it's a challenge, and I understand that. But I think that, you know, that's what I noticed when I first came over here, is that the players in the league had the talent, but they were well known because of the personalities and the way the media had put them out there. And I think we can do more of that in many ways. You saw with Ovi Soko obviously going on Love Island. I think people were introduced to, you know, a fine young gentleman, and people really liked him and all that. And I think we have plenty of people that play in our sport that could do similar types of things as far as, you know, likability and becoming someone in the public eye.
Definitely, I agree in that as well. Definitely a bit more effective marketing. I think more interaction with the players definitely would help, because I feel like if you do that more with the players, you kind of you're making the fans feel like they know the players and they know who they are. So you're making them feel a part of it. And it's about making the players feel special, the coaches feel special, make the fans feel special. So I think that will definitely factor into it.
The other thing is financially, it has to continue to improve. I think that, you know, we have to be able to compete with some of these other teams that are taking away top British players. And I think that, you know, that's always the struggle. You know, you look at the list each year of the player coming out of college, the British player, the British talent, and they end up going other places for the most part, the higher level guys. And, you know, it's frustrating, because you'd love to have all these guys with you, but when you can't match what they're getting offered other places, you know, you talk to a lot of these guys, and I talk to a lot of them that play in other countries. You know, a lot of them come and work out with us when they're home, and they'd love to play here. But you know, until we get the kind of financial support needed to keep them home and to keep them here, you know, you won't be as good as you can be, because those countries that are able to do that certainly have, you know, tremendous leagues.
Definitely, I think that as well. They should try players try and find ways to get players to stay. So yeah, get some funding or sports sponsorship. Hopefully they think of something. You know what I mean? Hopefully they think of something, because then that will influence the younger generation. Because I spoke to some of them last week on here, and they said, you know, some of them, they don't know much about it because they ain't see much coverage about it or much advertisement about it. But it will give them more to stay there.
And that doesn't mean that there's not a lot of talent. around
Yeah,
and a
there's
lot of
loads.
talent in the league, and it's a tough league to play in. I think that sometimes because maybe, the financial part of it wasn't there. Maybe people say, well, it's not that. It's you better be able to hoop if in this league. You can't, you're not just going to show up no matter who you are and just do what you want. So there's a lot of talent. It's tough, and I think there's a good base there, but you need that they've been talking about it for a long time. Obviously, same old story. They need that cash
Yeah,
injection to keep the talented stars home that the public can identify with.
definitely. And like we said again, coverage will definitely help. There's something, so we need something to keep them home. But hopefully there'll be some people that can help with that.
Everything, everything, everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything, everything Chris.